Hey everyone, this is Dylan from Metamaniacs coming at you with a new Final Fantasy Fridays. We're looking at my performance in the most recent round of the Cure Series 2. This is going to be episode 1 of my Cure Series 2, the Cure Series content that I'm covering. Every week I'm playing against awesome players from all around North America, I believe, just North America, in David Nunez's Cure Series 2 tournament. So if you want to play a drinking game of how many times I say Cure Series 2, you'll die. So in this event, we're playing with real cards against real people, and I took the first win in my event. I brought him did 14 damage, and I took 9 myself, and it was against Dan, Discord name Esper. I don't have his official last name yet, but I'll make sure to add that in the description if he is willing to place it. I'm not going to talk about his deck at all, because obviously it's a respectful thing to do, but I will go over my deck and the performance of how it did. And this will be featuring off of a recent deck tech that I did a couple weeks ago, where I updated the list, and it's much better. It's much better. It has a lot more spot removal, and I will go to that right now. So this is the new variant of the list, Relm Backup Control 2. I came to it with a great deal of help from David Nunez, the White Mage, who helped me prepare for this event. Actually, I played a bunch of games a couple weeks ago, and that didn't exactly pan out properly in a good video, but it panned out in a good round 1 win for me. So I'm going to share it with the world and risk people decking against it, but they're probably just going to beat me because they're better anyway. Yeah, so as you can see, the list's changed a lot. There's a lot of new things, a lot more spot removal in Umaru and Sephiroth and Titus, and a lot more late game push in Marsh and Ritz, and a couple more like essentially experts with Star Sybil, which allows me to flash in things, and 1 magic pot, which was suggested by, I can't remember, in my last deck tech talk, where I covered the version 1 of this deck in the YouTube comments. So shout out to you, whoever said I should get Magic Pot, because Magic Pot was really sweet, and it was actually the crux of one of my game-winning game 1, actually. So let's go over it. I've got the new monsters are Scale Toad and Magic Pot. 1 Luminous Puma instead of 2 now. I don't believe I need the recursion so much. Aparuru, Menphilia, 1 Luminous Puma. Felt like enough recursion to me, especially with a slightly higher forward count. Umaru was extremely strong. Freezing a forward after tucking one was really good, and that just adds to the theme of taxing. Titus was insane in that I would pay 3 for Aparuru, or pay 2 for Aparuru to get something back, discard a card, tap 2 to play Titus, picking my Aparuru back up to play it again next turn, and bouncing a forward was really strong. Sephiroth, obviously, this deck has a hard time. It actually tends to get to high points of damage in either against you or against your opponent really early, because if you open up Relm, you're going to be dealing like easy chip damage because you've just got a forward down before they've got like backups and such. But if you open up backups, well, you're going to accrue damage, so Sephiroth gets turned online. Kadaj is obviously sealing the deck just because he's Kadaj. He's really good, and Gao bringing down to 1 was really strong in that I could recur the important pieces. So I've talked about all those things before. Let's talk about the changes and how I felt they impacted. I played 2 games. I won both of them. But like I said, game 1 was on the back of EX bursts. So let's look at added cards and how I felt like they added. Magic Pot. It sat and did nothing all game 1 because he killed my Relm when I brought it out, which is what I feared Magic Pot would do. But at the end of the game, I had a Marsh, a Marsh and a Vayne out, and he had 5 damage. And I had Tyro that I could buff Marsh with, so I could give it a +2K. So I swung my Marsh into his 8K forward, And I was like, okay, well, you can either block this or not. And he saw Tyro, so he's like, well, I'm not going to block it. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to sack Magic Pot and Marsh to bring out another Marsh, to bring out a Ritz that has haste, and deal an unblockable point of damage for the 7th point of damage. It was a pretty cool play, and it was there. So that, Magic Pot, I guess, won me a game. Not that I couldn't have done something else, but game 1, it didn't do anything for a long time, and I really felt the effects of not having a second Flandit all game. I was stuck on 1 the entire game 1, and like I said, I would have lost game 1 had I not hit a Tyro, a Star Sybil, and a Gabranth all on EX in a row, 2, 3, and 4 over a few turns, but I hit them. And if I hadn't drawn those cards, I really feel like I would have lost game 1. So I'm not sold on Magic Pot yet. There's not a lot of other characters other than Relm that I really want to flip. I guess Relm, maybe Marsh, because they're obviously going to kill your Ritz. So Marsh is a little safer to do. But yeah, so I'm not huge on Magic Pot, but I am huge on the performance of the deck and Cure Series 2. So I need you to check back next week with me when I go over my second game with it. Hopefully I can actually stream the second game or capture it. This game, it didn't really pan out to capture it. Our video quality on his end was a little rougher, so it was just a kind of a spur of a moment. He had to pick things up and make it work, so I obviously no blame, and I didn't even bring it up to him because I was like, oh, we had such a hard time getting together. I had a really hectic week, so that's actually why this is being posted probably a day late. But yeah, so catch me next week, Cure Series 2, Round 2. I hope to play, there's some awesome players. Let me actually check who is in it. If I were to pick who I play against next, I'm totally fine with Yanez. We're looking at Yanez, Sam Prime, Muhammad, David the White Mage himself, and Meta Potion Styles. We're looking at Kyle McGinty. Come for you, Kyle. Not to mention the beautiful gentleman from Minneapolis who I'm excited to play against, Winston the Penguin, that being Aaron, and I believe Z is in here. Zoe Easy Way. Zahid is in here as well. Two of my favorite players ever. Z is, I love that guy. So yeah, I'm excited to play any of the guys that I play next week. And out of the changes that I really like, I really like Titus. I really like Sephiroth. Obviously, the Marsh Ritz combo has been really good for me. And I think I'm going to make a few tweaks for next week, just to shake it up a bit, just in case people scope the deck out too. But and maybe just try some things out, because it's a tournament, but it's a little bit of a casual event. You don't have to play every deck, play the same deck week after week, which is nice. So I might not even play this. But yeah, so stars of the deck, Mandragora, Marsh, Ritz were really strong. That's why everybody's playing them. Sephiroth was great. Titus was a great addition. That's 100% Nunez's, the White Mage's addition. Titus was insane. He was so good. And Scaletoad, I didn't have him because I didn't play against a control deck. If I had played against a control deck, Scaletoad would have been searched right away, and I would have played Scaletoad right away. But I was glad to know he was there. And he was an ice card when I needed to discard him for Vayne or Umaru. So yeah, Nagmalata was great. Beastmaster was super good as a 1 CP backup, but I only saw him the 1 or 2 times. But yeah, so this is the list. Catch me next week, and I want to give out a quick shout out to Jason Toro for being a wonderful patron, and shouting him out for really supporting the FFTCG community and supporting Metamaniacs in that Maniac tier of patronage. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe on Facebook, on YouTube, and maybe consider hitting us up with a $2 patronage or more to check us out on the Metamaniac show. As you can see, I've been featured in most of the Metamaniac shows, so if you like to hear my voice and you've paid attention this far, crazy, I know. I appreciate you. I love you. And we'll see you soon. Dillan out.